What a dickhead. Fucking. What's going on, champions? Get ready to hike up your fancy pants because we're going for a modest canter down to fucking Rad Food Manor. Fucking glad I remembered that. Now I know I usually take my angst out on some fucking disgusting jarred shite, but this dish we're cooking today is so fancy that it hasn't even made it to a fucking jar. If it has, I don't want to see it. Or do I? Today on the channel we'll be cooking osso buco. Now I know you're at home asking yourself, what the fuck is osso buco, Nat? It's really just a fucking cheap beef stew that's as easy as a kick in the arse to make. You may have seen this strange looking shit in the window of your butcher thinking, what the fuck is that? It's just tough shin meat that needs a little love and tenderness, like all of us at the moment. So it's time to get your shooting stick out and polish that fucking monocle, champignons. Here's what's in the dish. Here it is, all that. In a fucking another one of these things. It's easy. I mean, I'm making it easy for you, champion. Righto, fuck off. Cut all that up and fucking stick it in a bowl. Righto, love saying righto. Righto, let's deal with the meat. Get a little bit of your flour that hopefully you haven't almost melted next to the stove and put a little bit in a bowl. I don't know, half a cup, fucking enough to cover these. Cover these champions in salt and pepper. Both sides. Now we want to fucking lightly cover these champions in flour. So just fucking bit of that, put them back on the plate. Righto, that's done. What else have we got to do? Oh yeah, cut up your potatoes. Peel your potatoes, cut them up, put them in that pot. Fill the pot up with cold water. Good pinch of salt. Set it aside to there. Don't put it in my house, put it somewhere in your house, equivalent to there. Fuck am I talking about? Now grab this shit, fuck off over here. On with the pan, turn the heat on. Fucking right one, boom, shake the room. Take the lid off, fang in some oil. Now get your fucking powdered donuts and you want to brown these off. Plug them in. Whoops. Get yourself a set of tongs. And fucking brown them off.
Get nice and brown for me, for Uncle Nat. Nice and brown.
Now if you're a real fancy pants, you can fucking tie little strings around them so they don't fall apart. They fall apart in the end anyway, so who gives a fuck? Now return them back to a plate. In with a bit more oil, and fucking in with this shit. Fucking cook this off for a few minutes. We're using the fucking fancy pan today because we're feeling very fancy. Pour yourself a glass of wine and fucking tip it in here. Now cook the booze off for a few minutes. Snap off a bit of rosemary. Drag it off. Buh. Fucking oath. Couple of tins of tomatoes. Don't buy shit ones. It's fancy. Yes, it's in a fucking can. It's not in a jar, so fucking calm your farm, tough guy.
Couple of tablespoons of tomato paste.
Then in with a cup and a half of stock. Drop in a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Now you want to plonk back in these champions. Beautiful. Now turn the heat right down just so it's lightly simmering. And then grab yourself a lid and put it on the fucking thing. Don't fucking stir it around and bugger with it too much. It'll be fine. Usually this would take around an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours sometimes if it's big bits of meat. Righto, we'll come back in an hour and start with the potatoes. Time to cook the potatoes. So put the potatoes on there. I don't think I needed to tell you how to do that, but there you go. Again, they've got to be in cold water because they cook more evenly, fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm fucking happy with that. An hour and 45 minutes is about right, usually. By all means, cook the fucking shit out of them. You can cook it for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, cook it for fucking 4 weeks. I don't give a fuck. I don't. You don't even have to use osso buco here. You can use any kind of stewing beef. Doesn't cabra matter. Now you can gently pull the osso buco out and put them on a plate and then heat the sauce up and reduce it down if you like a really thick sauce. But I've got this going the way I like it, so I'm just going to fucking turn the heat off and let these champions sit in here. Pardon me, boys, the fucking Chattanooga choo-choo. Righto, refresher course on... It's hard to say that, refresher course. Keep saying refresher course. Hot potatoes, back in the thing. Back in you go. Big knob of butter, good splash of milk, put in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Trust me on this shit, it's good. It's fucking good like the Chattanooga choo-choo. What the fuck is the Chattanooga choo-choo? Get yourself a whisk and a good pinch of salt. If you've got a masher, use a masher. If you've got a potato ricer, fucking ride your horse out to the back shed and get that. But if you don't, just use a whisk. Guess what time it is? Fucking serve it up time. Woo! Let's fucking taste it. What a fucking sterling dish. Give it a fucking go. Now don't let fucking fancy food scare you out of making it. You've got plenty of fans in those pants. Believe in those fancy pants. See you next time. And just remember, fucking good luck trying to fit Ossobuco on a jar.